You guys like the song, huh? you know what? Hey, you know what? It's showtime. Ladies and gentlemen, how are you doing? Welcome back to the after party show with Gay Sloth and the Bathhouse. We were just talking about what is going to go on over here tonight, and I'm glad that everybody came and joined me tonight, and I'm very happy that everybody came here tonight. Hey, Deicer, Laura P., Ruben Sanchez, Joseph Lloyd, Chanel, Leanne. I'm just going to be talking just to fellowship with the chat room tonight. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, give me some ideas. That would be really cool. Snooks, how are you? Good to have you here. Purple Pecs, thank you. Stage Tech 2, thank you for coming. You guys you guys rock. Nance, you guys rock. And King Solomon, thank you for coming. And I just really appreciate everybody coming over here. PWE Productions, thank you for coming in. You guys are real true fans of mine, and I appreciate it. So anyway, so how's everybody doing tonight? Everybody doing good? I hope so. How's everybody's New Year started already? Just Eddie, what's up, Just Eddie? Good to see you, man. I need somebody that wants to be a mod for me tonight because Melissa Moynes is not going to be here. If someone can step up to the game for me, and that'd be really appreciated for me. I need a mod for tonight if anybody wants to help out. So tonight, hey Ava, how nice to see you. Good to have you here. Is everybody's New Year? How's everybody's New Year? Danielle, nice to see you too. Nice to have you here. So how's everybody's New Year so far? Is it doing good? How's it? 2020 sucks bad. Maybe 2004 will be my year. Oh, sorry to hear that, Deicer. I'm glad that you're here though, man. I'm glad you're here with me. Just me. Nice to have you here. Good to see you. MJ. Oh, okay. MJ, I'm going to make you a mod, MJ. Okay. Give me 1 second. Chanel, how are you? Okay. MJ, you're a mod now. Okay. Okay, there you go. My MJ, you're a mod now. Thank you so much. Chanel, I'm glad that you're here in the chat room tonight. And you know, you got a big heart for everything that you do, and I'm glad that you're okay. So how was your trip, Chanel? Was it good? I hope it was really good, Chanel, and I'm glad that you are back home safe with your family, and good. Okay, and Apple for the teacher, MJLLL. If anybody wants to come on the chat room and come up on the panel with me, you're more than welcome. If you also want to give me a call, the lines are open. It's 562-612-9302. You can give me a call. I should put it up there on the thing, but it's okay. Yeah, I should put it up on the thing. No, I'll put it right there. But yeah, Campos Tacos, guys, to have you here. Nice to see you. So anyway, so what do y'all think about that football player that got hurt? Oh my God, it's just like, okay, King Solomon, I'll tell you a Carney story. Okay, I remember this one time we were over there. We were in New York. What's that? I forgot the start. Syracuse. We're in Syracuse, New York, and this was on Halloween night, and some of the guys wanted it because we got rained out there, and some of the guys and wanted to go to a haunted house, and I said, okay, I'll go, because I was the driver at the time, and there was nobody else that would drive. So I drove to the haunted house. It was the scariest haunted house I have ever been to, and we all made a bet that whoever made it through will have first call of like who the first call to bring people into your game. Okay, give me 1 second, guys. I gotta put my number up. Okay, give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. There we go. There you guys go. Okay. There it is, guys. It's there's my number right there. And guys, the phone lines are open. You're more than welcome to call. And but anyway, back what I was talking about. Okay, Joseph, let me hook you up. Hold on. Okay, Joseph, I made you a mod. There you go. But anyway, what I was saying was we went to the haunted house, and no, it's not a phone sex number. Thank you, Laura P. and Dave. But anyway, so anyway, yeah, Joseph, I just sent you a mod. Let me get back to my story. But we went to the haunted house, so we made a bet who can make it through it. All right. And I bet you got to charge for $9.99 too. No, you don't. Anyway, so went to the haunted house. I didn't make it through the first thing, but all my other friends made it through it. I chickened out after this third floor. And so what they do is they walk you out and so since I didn't make it all the way through, I had the very, very last call of the working at the game that night. And so anyway, me coming in at really late, like at 6 o'clock in the morning, at 6 o'clock at night, let me tell you something. I won big time. I won. And hell, this is Bathhouse. How can we help you? And so like I can be a mod so I can ban myself. But anyway, so me coming in at 6 o'clock, I asked where all the other guys were at. One guy said he's at $500. Another guy said he was at $700. Another guy saw he was $800, and I confirmed it with my boss to see where they were at. And so I still came in. I worked from 6 to 10, and I still outgrossed them guys from a long shot. I outgrossed them, and I grossed that night my gross was 2,500, and I still came on top. And it's not because how you talk to the people, it's how you interact with the people at the fair. You know, if you interact with them, you're playing along with them, you're playing with the little, you're clapping them on, cheering them on. And that's what it's all about. You know, you just don't want their money. You want to cheer with them and tell them, hey, you're going to win no matter what. Win or lose, you're going to, when I was working the game in Carnival, you will win. And, yes, you guys can give me a call at 562-612-9302. Give it a try, guys. And it's working. It's not a bathhouse number. It's not a sex line number. It is my phone number for you guys to call in at any given time. Okay. And everything else is, you want to make people feel good. You want to make people just who they are. Johnny, you have given a thought trying a little trivia segment on your channel. Okay. Johnny, have you given any thought? All right. Give me 1 second, guys. I got a phone call coming in. You're on live, Ruben. How you doing?
Good, Johnny. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm just interacting with the guests here.
Yeah, I hear that. Hey, don't let them keep you interrupting your story, man. Tell your story.
Okay. I'm trying,
All
man.
right,
I'm trying.
yeah. I mean, people are just bullshitting in the comment section.
Okay.
All right, brother.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in.
Yeah.
Late. So anyway, back to King Solomon. What I was sharing with it was with you. These guys thought they were going to outgross me. So I said no. I told my boss. I said, boss, if I'm coming in at 6:00, because he wanted me to go in, because this is a Saturday. Okay, from Saturday morning all the way up to when we closed was a very good day for everybody to work there. But since we made a bet and we got rained out on the night before, and we got rained out the night before, and so this is real talk. We got rained out. There was a bad storm, and so we decided to, hey, let me drive all the way over to where the haunted house was. So we did that, and then the next day came. I got up, I went out there and outgrossed them anyway. The thing that I hate working at the fair was when after everybody pops the balloons, and they're popping like 40 or 50 balloons, you have to, you got your back towards them, towards the guests, and you're blowing up more balloons to catch up. So I decided, you know what? I'm gonna buy me a balloon blower. So I found me a balloon blower that will work for the day for me. I gave him $50 or $100, whatever. And he kept my balloon bar. He kept my balloon board pretty filled up at all times. So then I wasn't missing no money. So, and then this other one time I was working at the carnival. It was the thing I hated about it was you had to blow up those blow up bats, the blow up softballs, the blow up beach ball, the blow up, whatever it is, you have to blow up the swords or whatever. Every time I put one in, I made it pop. It popped one. I popped one every time. I did not like that. And you made me feel good. So you made them feel good. So you spent money happily. Yes, I did. Just me. And so like, and people knows when you're trying to get over on people, because, they're asking, well, how much is that prize? How much is that prize? How much is that prize? Hey, look, you want to win that prize? I was straight up with them, honest with them. If you are going to want to win the jumbo prize, you're going to be spending a little bit of money. You know what I mean? And that's all I did for fun. I sold teddy bears for fun. And I sold fun for sale. And like, I like the people there. I love doing it. I loved working at the carnival when I was there, and would I go back to it? Maybe sometimes, I don't know. And like, what I like to do is, like, sometimes I like to, yes, I was on commission. Yes, Miss Laura. When I first started, I was only getting 15%, and I had to work my way up getting 30%. And yeah, so, and thank you, Nancy. And I appreciate everybody like enjoying my story here. And I got a lot of stories I can tell you about the carnival business. Like some of the games, how they put, like when you're throwing the ball in the tub. Let me share this something with you. And I usually don't tell nobody this at all. When you throw the ball in the tub, do you know underneath there they have hold on, guys. We got somebody coming on the channel. Hold on. Mr. X, welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, I'm over here now.
Hey, I see that.
What's going on?
Oh, I was just telling one of my carnival stories.
Nice.
Yeah. So how you doing?
Good. Just crazy night with all that craziness that happened on the football game. Very sad. I saw that you were on, and I was going to come over here, and then Jim's like, I gotta go on and say something about this. Getting all these calls, so then it kind of happened. Weird night.
Do you know what happened? You know what happened though?
I know the guy is definitely injured in critical condition. It is on a breathing tube.
Oh my God! I'm sorry to
Yeah.
hear that, but you know when the chat room and I was on and Ruben was with me on the panel, and everybody was telling me, hey Johnny, Jim's on. I said, well, you know what, guys, let's just go ahead and let's end the show and let's just go over there right now and see. That's how much loyalty that me and everybody else has for you and Jim. Okay, if you know what, I don't care if my show's on and you guys want to come on, I will end my broadcast and come over there. And
That's very nice of you. Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
nice avatar in the top, or the logo in the top right. I like it. Yeah, just Jim's show. I mean, you know, with all this stuff, I mean, and you've done it. You know, it's always kind of like a shit sandwich for everybody. Sometimes a butter sandwich for you. But yeah, I appreciate you doing that and sticking with us, and you know, all the craziness that happens over there. That's very nice of you.
I'm no problem. Thank you. I'm wondering who's that person that what he's talking about that from like escape from jail.
I don't know. He hasn't talked to me about anything. I said, just surprise me on the show. Why? Is there something you're telling me, or?
No. There ain't nothing me telling you. I'm good. I'm good, Mr.
Okay.
I did when I went to jail, I did all my time and I paid all my fines and court fees.
I mean, we've never even discussed any of that. I mean, I don't know. I just know that, you know, hey, and I also know you've been in California, so California is kind of tough to tell anyway. I mean, I got a buddy that got in a fight with his girlfriend in California, and they both got like one of those DV charges. And this buddy is not me. I mean, believe me, that would be out there if it was me. But so this guy and him and his girlfriend both got a DV thing, and you know, I wanted to do the Jim thing. You know, this is like a number of years ago because we've been doing the T-shirt, the mugshot on a T-shirt way before there was ever a YouTube. In fact, a buddy of ours from high school got arrested one time, and Jim put it on a calendar, and it was on every month of the calendar because the guy was like crying on it. It was just the same photo over and over and over again. You know, it's like harmless, like, you know, here's bullet. I couldn't get this guy's fucking mugshot in California. It's like it never existed. So if you ever had arrested there outside in the state, you're probably pretty safe. But outside the state, a place like Florida, it's easy to get.
Yeah, they what they do is if you got arrested, they'll put your picture right away. If you get arrested out like in Boise or you get arrested in like you know those back mid east like Wyoming and all that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, well, I know that in Florida they have, and I can't remember the name of it, but you know how they have those like little cheapo newspapers that come to your house and they throw it. They're kind of like throwaway newspapers, like a local newspaper.
Yeah.
And they're kind of smaller. They have those in like convenience stores in Florida that are just all the recent mugshots. It's like $2.
Okay.
They come out like once a week. I mean, they used to back in the day. I'm not sure if they still do it. I can't remember the name of the company. Somebody from Florida probably knows, but it used to be. They're certainly not going to have anything like that in California. But then again, there's too many people. So
right. Yeah. So anyway, before you came on, I was about to tell them about a little secret at the carnival. There's this one game called the tub joint. Okay, the tub game where you throw the ball inside of a tub. You ever heard of that game, Mr. X?
Of course. Yeah.
Well, anyway, everybody wants to know. Everybody wants to know why is that ball bouncing back out? If
you got to hit the lip of it or something, right?
If you can take one guess, what is behind that tub?
I don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you. You know those balls you play handball with?
Yes.
Or a tennis ball?
Yeah.
They put a tennis ball underneath that tub on the piece of wood in the tub to make the ball bounce back out.
Ah.
Yes, sir.
Busted is the name of that Florida magazine. You're right, Equalizer. That's it. Busted is the one in Florida with the mug shots.
Right. So that's
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that at all. And now at the water racing game, you got you can sit 6 people on each side. Okay. So there's 15 racers that can go all the way around the table. Okay. Now they only pick certain ones to win. Okay. Number 1's going to win. Number 5's going to win. And number 9's going to win. And on the even side, number 4, number 8, and number 12 is going to win.
Are you sure they're all like that?
The person that I was going to go work for, his games were like that. His games were all rigged.
Are you talking about the one where you roll the ball and little horse goes forward and you're playing against other people and then it goes in, you roll the ball into a hole, roll it in a hole?
No, I'm talking about the water racing game.
Oh, the water racing. Okay, yeah. I don't do that one.
Yeah, they always go like this. It's water racing, water fun. Come on in, guys. Take a seat and take a chill pill. Let me relax your feet. Let me just put the gun in your hand and just go to work and just squirt the hole.
There you go.
And then the game that you're talking about is called Rollaway Derby.
Yeah, that's the one I see. Here's what I do. I'll be walking by. I'm not saying I've done this before, recently, but in the past, like you're with a girl and, you're kind of like customary to try to win or something, or at least attempt, then you laugh about it or you actually win something. And then I would snoop by and I had this kind of move, how dudes have lines or whatever, like a pickup line. My line would be, well, hey, let's play one of these games, but I would only do it versus kids. It'd be like, I'd be the one 30-year-old guy or 20-year-old guy versus like a bunch of tiny kids or like 10, 9, 5, and I would just grab the ball and throw it, just out of speed, just persistence. And as soon as the ball's hitting that little hole, my hand's already there. Other hands there, and I'd beat him every time.
Did you win?
Winner. Oh, every time.
Every time. So you must have won a big game, huh? I mean, a big teddy bear.
No, I've never won the real giant ones, but like, a one that's not annoying enough that if you have it in your house, like I got to throw this away. What the fuck am I going to do with this? But enough to like put it on a pillow for a couple of weeks before it gets dirty. Then you toss it,
Yeah. But anyway, like I was, Mrs. MJ asked me, what was the most I've ever made in one night? Well, I'll answer that, Mrs. MJ. The most I've ever made in one night was, I grossed my boss $17,000, and that was in Pleasanton, California, and it was a 10-day spot, and I won some serious money there. Like I got 30% of that. That was like $7,500 I got paid on that.
Unreal.
Yeah. And it was
great money.
Great. Well, yeah, at 30%. And the way he taught me, the reason why he only gave me when I first started with him, he gave me a quarter, 25%. Okay. 25%. You got the stock man that gets a quarter. You got the lot man that gets a quarter. And then you got me, the game personnel that works the game. And then the boss gets whatever that's left over out of your money. You know what I mean? So you got to pay the stock man 25%. You got to pay the lot man, the Carnival, the whole show, 25%. Then he paid me 25%, and then he got paid whatever. So,
and by the way, King Samoan, I do have a Mr. Buddy heater. I actually had it on the shoot the other night. That's the one I have. Anyway, Little Buddy heater, it's called the propane heater. How do they know in the Carnival, like if you made $1,000 or $100?
Because they come and pick up the money from you.
Every hour?
Every hour on the hour.
So when you're giving them, okay, so let's just say on the hour, for 1 hour, you got $100. Yeah. Right? You got to give them 70, and then you pocket 30 right there. How does that work?
No. How it worked is that at the end of the day, when they're coming and pick up with you, you have a little notebook. You'll have a notepad. Say that you're working for me, right, Mr. X?
Okay, I'm doing a game.
Yeah, you're in the game, and I'm one of his supervisors, one of the boss's supervisors and management. I'll come around and I'll go, how much do you have in your apron? And so that you'll count it in front of me. You'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 100, 200, 300. You'll write it down in your notebook, and then I'll write it down in my notebook, and we'll match numbers. Okay. And then I'll make you sign for it. Okay. And then, so at the end of the night, after you made whatever you made, let's just say you made $5,000 in one day. Okay.
Yeah.
He writes that down in the books because you'll be on the books. You don't get paid until you get to the next spot and you get everything back up in the air, but you're more than welcome to take draws, like $20 draws, $25 draws.
Yeah, it's like pro wrestling.
Yeah. So, but you don't get paid until the next spot that you got paid. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after you, because he wants everybody to get there and get all of the rest of his games back up in the air again. Okay.
Otherwise, I mean, at that 5,000, you would say, well, 300 or 30% times fives would be what, 1,500. You get 1,500, you go piss off for 2 weeks, and then nobody's there to run the games.
Exactly. And the most I've ever made in one spot though was like $7,000. That's the most I've ever made in the whole Carnival business life. Cause there has been some spots that were like no good at all. You know what I mean?
Right. Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's just like a movie theater, or it could be a live event or anything.
And not only that, and go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, I've had films there. I don't know if I've said this before, but when you have a film that you made, kind of like the opening, I mean, it's kind of like a film I made, even though it's only like 90 seconds, but you're sitting there. Now it's going to be different because I'm not in a room with you guys, but you never feel more naked than, at least I don't, when you have a film playing for 90 minutes and you just spent 2 years or whatever it is on it, and you're going to sit in a movie theater with a bunch of people. I probably talked about this before. Like, now, if it's a premiere and everybody worked on it, they're going to laugh. It's like a high school yearbook, no matter, because they know everybody. But when you walk into Chandler, Arizona, and you don't know a soul, and let's just say you can feel the room. And I'm relating this back to the Carnival. Like, man, it's one night everything is working. One night they're laughing at the wrong things. One night everything seems like I could just tell the vibe in the room. Like they think this sucks. And I'm sure the same thing happens in the Carnival business. You get to a town, it's fucking red hot. And then you get to town and people aren't really feeling maybe that specific game, And it's just sometimes the right time, right place.
And yet another thing is, Miss Snooks, yes, I did trust my boss. And Snooks also, if someone got mad and quits, he did pay them straight up. He paid them straight up.
Yeah, if it's your last, hey, listen, I'm taking off for 6 months, or I'm going to go home and visit my parents. What do you get cashed out that night, or?
Yeah, you get cashed out that night. It's like, save the show even if the show's open, and they do, because they do a randomly drug test on people there, okay? And if you you fail your drug test, guess what? Goodbye. We'll see you later. Go to Bob's trailer and go get paid.
So let me get this right. Carnivals in New York, a carnival, I imagine, is pretty liberal, loose place, a lot of shenanigans going on, pretty wide open. They're doing drug tests, but Salty Pancakes in the most conservative areas, one of the most conservative areas in the United States, Mormonville, Salt Lake City, Utah, they don't do background checks there. How the fuck is that possible?
I know one thing is that I don't know.
Or you said drug tests, not background.
Well, no, they do a background check before you, like all of the state fairs, that open. Trust and believe, you have to go do a background check. The reason why you have to do a background check to see if you're a pedophile. That's just because that's coming from the state police. Yeah. You got to see if you have any warrants, because Wisconsin, that fair there, if you have a warrant or anything, you're not going to be working there, period. There's cops there if you're waiting for you to come through that background check, and they're going to arrest you.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it at all. And what I love about it is I loved it when they did the drug testing, because let me tell you, I was working with a bunch of yahoos that did some hard drugs, man. My best friend, he died of heroin up in a semi trailer. We all caught him. We all saw him sitting in a chair in the semi trailer with all the stock, with all the animals, and he had a needle stuck in his arm, and he was dead. He was dead, bro. He was dead. This happened, and then you know where it happened at? It happened at the Sacramento State Fair. It happened at the Sacramento State Fair.
I bet you probably have some really cold weather in some of these places too. Like I know that King Samoan was talking about. Do you have like little propane heaters in there or anything, or what?
Oh, you know what the good thing is that we have the option to stay in like a bunkhouse. Like, like you guys have out there in the movies, got bunkhouses at the movie on the movie.
Yeah, like a honey wagon, it's called.
Huh?
It's called a honey wagon. Yes.
Yes.
Star wagon. Yeah.
So
like a trailer.
Me personally, I got the luxury to get to stay in a hotel.
Okay. No, I'm talking about like,
when
so you're doing the game, which is like a tent, basically. It's like a loose tent. at a carnival, it's fucking freezing out there that night. I'm not talking about that night when you go and sleep at a hotel. I'm talking about when you're outside, like at the carnival or at the fair or whatever it is, the midway.
Oh yeah, when it's really cold.
Yeah.
What they give you, you don't. Well, if you have a heater, you can bring it. But they always gave me they always gave me the those things that you heat in your hands, warm.
Yeah,
warm.
of course, yeah.
So I had gloves on, and I put those just in my hands so I can keep my hands warm. You know what I mean? And I always wore a hoodie, then my show jacket, double shirts.
I can tell you this. I have. I don't know if you know what REI is. It's like the camping store.
Yeah.
Do you know what REI is?
No, I don't.
Okay, REI is a store that sells like really expensive and probably overpriced camping gear.
Okay.
And there's one in Manhattan Beach, for example. I think it's off Slauson or something like that. Anyway, the point is this. They have next to REI, the REI store where the people return all the shit, or if it's busted or it doesn't work or it's got some scratches and all that. So I think it's like $20 or $40 for a lifetime membership. Okay. Yeah. And you can go into the used store and get anything. Like I got these really nice shoes that are called Hoka's, One. They're really expensive. They're really comfortable, thick shoes if you're standing around. Anyway, the point is this. They have those Mr. Buddy heaters, just like they have those little things Jim was talking about where they're like little smokehouses or like a furnace.
Right.
Like, so people have returned them for camping supplies, and you can get a Mr. Buddy heater used for like next to nothing. I mean, you got to check the tag, but that's how I got some of my stuff. Is I would just wait till, somebody returned a tent that was missing a pole or something like that. Well, I can get a pole online as long as it's not ripped, that kind of stuff. So there's definitely some options out of there, man. If I was doing a carnival, I'd have fucking one of those propane heaters in there. Those little propane things, the ones you get at Walmart, last like $5. I'm sorry, 5 hours for like $3.
Yeah, those heaters that you're talking about, don't they have like you get the propane tank and the rest of the unit that it sticks to the side, right? Or goes on top?
It's like you can just carry it, but it's like a little green propane tank. You screw it in, and then it has like a trigger, and it heats it up. There's a bigger one, and then there's a smaller one. But the smaller one for one of those little tents, it'd probably be enough. It depends on how enclosed that tent is. But yeah, it's called Mr. Buddy Heater. And I got mine. Actually, I didn't get mine at REI. I've gotten other stuff at REI. I actually got that one off Craigslist off a gay guy in Marina Del Rey at the Chick-fil-A off of Lincoln, believe it or not. How did I know he was gay?
How?
He was very gay. You could just tell.
Hey, Jim, if you're in the chat room, are you in the chat room? If you want to come up on the panel, you're more than welcome. I sent the link to the email.
Yeah, the main email. Yep.
Yeah. So anyway,
so I appreciate you coming off the show. I mean, you should tell Jim that. I mean, like the fact that you were live and then you got notification that that's very nice of you that you came off and you swung people over. Because I didn't want to come on your show and be like, "Hey, dude, 5 minutes, we're going live. Fuck you." I mean, that's kind of a dick thing to do, especially when you're getting your hours. How many hours did you say? You said you had 500?
578.
Ouch. Yeah, you need to get to 4,000, right?
Yeah. And you can only do it within 12 months too. So.
Well, I mean, you might just start having to do the Shack Lady thing where you go longer and longer. Like right now you're about at 40 minutes.
Yeah, 40 minutes.
See, that's the part with the pre-shows that kind of suck. And this is what I was running into with Jim Terry TV 2 is the pre-shows were only an hour, but I was also fucking myself because I was making it Jim Terry TV 1 and 2. And so there would be a monetization to it. So Jim can earn money still off of, like, if people wanted a super chat, but then nobody was watching it on Jim Terry TV 2. So it was like no hours. So I just had to bite the bullet and just say, hey, listen, these aren't monetized, whatever. This is only here, and eventually I got it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been working, like before I didn't know what watch hours meant until after I got my 1,000 subscribers, because I thought after I got my 1,000 subscribers in that I was going to get monetized. and they said, no, you don't got your watch hour times. You got to get your watch hour time.
Yeah, I told you guys that like 20 times. Jim keeps saying that you need to have you got to have it's only 1,000 hours. Well, in July when Jim got his in one day, the reason he got it in one day is he only needed 1,000 people. In November, they changed it to 1,000 subscribers plus 4,000 watch hours. Now, within a week or so, because Jim had no content, but his first shows, people were checking him out, and he probably would have got it within a week or two. But they changed that in November. That's why it took Jim Terry TV2 longer to get monetized. First of all, we were stuck at around 700 for a while. Then I started really pushing it, and then we got it all. So
right. Yeah, De-Icer, I did, back to answering your question, we were talking about where we worked at. Yes, I worked the Wisconsin State Fair, I worked the Indiana State Fair, and I worked the Illinois State Fair too. I worked all the Mid-East over there, Midwest, what's it called? Detroit, Michigan. I did that one. I did New York, Syracuse, all the big fairs I did. And then I was tired of working. I got tired at one point working for the same guy all the time, year after year after year. I started skip hotching. You know how that game goes, skip hotch? You go 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. Well, I didn't do that, but what I did was I went to only certain fairs that I thought will win me a lot of money. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I went and did that for 1 year. It worked out it was the same thing. It worked out the same way. If I would have worked for him for the whole year, it still balanced out that I was making the same thing.
Yep, definitely. And Gen X, I'm going to answer your question here in a second, but that's interesting. Because man, that $17,000 week must have been nice. But let me just answer this question for Gen X. What about after the live is over and we watch on repeat? Does it count? The answer to that question is yes. So watch hours are however long, not live, but people watching it over and over again. See, what I've realized, Gen X, is people like the aspect of the interaction. Like you just asked a question and literally 30 seconds later I answered it. But somebody who might be watching this later on, I realize the people who watch this stuff later on, they like it as kind of like white noise while they're doing something or other. And what I've realized is about 1/3. So let me explain what that means. If you have an hour show, 60 minutes, that means one person will probably have about 20 minutes. They'll stick on it for 20 minutes overall as an average. So if you have a 3-hour show, you'll probably get an hour. And you can look at this in your analytics, Sloth, or Johnny, about how long your average watchers watch. Like your subscribers are typically watch longer than your non-subscribers.
Right.
So it's weird because in Jim's scenario, his non-subscribers, the haters, actually watch longer. It's kind of like the Howard Stern thing. So, but if you come back and watch it later or do some of like these other people do, is they have these bot accounts and they just have their bot accounts just watching their shows over and over and over and over again. But you got to be careful because if YouTube catches that, they'll ding you and that's it. You won't even get it.
Does my playlist count?
Anytime somebody watches anything you do, except for the shorts. I don't think the shorts count.
There's now, after this is the beginning of the new year, what they were saying is if you're doing shorts and you get 10 million, you got to get, now that there's a new thing that where you can get 10 million views, you can get monetized that way too.
Well, maybe so. Yeah.
Yeah, no. That's what they said, Mr. X.
Yeah, no, I believe it because I know some things were changing at the beginning of the year, and maybe even the shorts do count or those kind of things. The
watch hours doesn't. When you like, say if you're because I accumulated a lot of watch hours on shorts, okay, and they said no, they don't count.
Yeah, they don't count, but that might be changing. It's just it's just one of these things where you kind of got to stick with it. And thank God for the Cash App stuff, because then people at least have a way to do it. But there's so many people out there that I hear that like, oh, I'm not doing this for any kind of money, or hey, look at me, I'm giving money away. Like you know who, I'm giving money away, so I got to be a good guy. Well, this is what I believe, and I'm going to talk about this more on Jim's show tomorrow night after you guys see the opening. And if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. But I think people recognize value, and value being either seeing people on camera, guests. We're two avatars talking here, but value could be, going out and doing something. Like a value to somebody would be having a woman shave her head live on the show. Or you have something of higher production value, like Heavy D Sparks. Like there's a lot of production value. Obviously these are different levels of production value, but if it's just two people talking and we're just two avatars talking, to me, I think that's the lowest production value. But if you start walking into fucking bathhouses, and interviewing people with lighting and stuff like that, and there's all these crazy stories, yeah, that's a different type of value, There you go.
Right. And Joseph Lloyd says 10 million views brings 48,000 in revenue to the creator.
Yeah, if you do it that way. Yeah, that's probably correct.
Yeah. The biggest views I've ever gotten, the most views I've ever gotten off of one video for Bug was almost 6,000 views in one shot.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, she was just, all she was doing was sitting in the bathroom door area, because I left my bathroom door open, and she was just sitting there. And you know what she did? She jumped up, like, the bathroom door area, she jumped halfway, and she was in the air, and I caught it just in time where she was coming down, landing, and she I took that short, and boom, it was a set one. You know what I mean?
Yep. There you go. That's how sometimes all it takes is just that something, small like that. You never know. I mean, like having a Krispy Kreme, like I did the one about the Santa's belly, just, you catch a lot of people at Christmas time or something like, oh, I like that too. Or something that's funny. I've seen people have a newborn baby and then they have their dogs meet the baby for the first time, and those get a shitload of views. I've seen a lot of these bushcraft ones, maybe because Jim and I are, interested in the similar stuff, where these fucking assholes are going out in the woods, in the snow, digging a hole and making like a house underneath the fucking ground. And they show the whole video, but it's like an hour and a half. Right. So there's your watch time, there's your views. I mean, it's all right there, but it's all cut together, and they went out there and physically did it, So that's the value that I'm talking about, not like production value that would be an Avatar. Right. The movie. Not Avatar, it's us.
Right. And then anybody wants to hit mine or Mr. X's Cash App up, we are taking Cash App. Gay Sloth, Money Sign, YARB 76. Go ahead, Mr. X. You can tell them yours. They probably already know it, but you can tell them.
Yeah, they know me. I mean, if they do, they do. If they don't, they don't. But it's Mr. X TV. And, the pledge that happened at the beginning of the year, the beginning of Jim's show, that Mr. X is putting in a lot of money into the show. Well, I hope you guys will be able to see that very soon, because, yeah, that I know that Betty Hayward was making an opening for you too. So. Right?
I would have gotten, yes, sir. Oh, I want to share something with you, Mr. X. You want to hear that? You want to hear my intro? You want to hear my intro?
I didn't see. Did you do it today?
Yeah. You want to see? You want to hear? You want to see it? You want to hear it?
Yeah, I do want to see it. No, I didn't see it because I just got on now.
Okay, I'm gonna play it real quick. Okay.
Yeah, play it again, because some of us who are joining didn't see it.
Okay, I'll play it again. Do you want me to play the intro in the video, or
how long is it?
It's 2 minutes and 58 seconds.
Is there? Yeah, sure.
There's one for 13 seconds too.
Let me see the 13 seconds one.
Okay, here he goes.
Welcome to the circus.
You know what? Hey, you know what? It's showtime.
Nice. Now, what music is that?
That is my favorite band.
The big one that we were talking about?
Yes, sir. The 5 Finger Death Punch.
Well, okay, be careful.
Yes, sir. I know. I'm being real careful with it. And then she did. Then she did an intro. She did another intro for me too. Do you want to see that other one?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on. Let me go down real quick. Okay. 1 second. You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Jim, I don't know if you ever saw me when I first came on Jim's show. This is what I remember.
Got here. Who's the robber? Who is this? Be the gay sticker butter guy. I'm not sure.
I'm that guy, Jim. I'm that guy, Jim. I'm that guy.
What's your YouTube channel? I'll let you plug it.
My YouTube channel is
Johnny
Johnny Yarbrough.
Yarbrough. So there you go. Johnny Yarbrough got a YouTube channel out there. Everybody go check it out.
I'm Johnny Yarbrough. I want y'all to trust me. I want to get y'all's trust. You spray your spatula too.
Now, what are you making here?
I'm going to be making today, if you calm down, I'm going to be making Rice Krispie treats. Thank y'all so much for just believing in me. Christmas treat that I'm going to be making for everybody. Now I'm going to show everybody how to do it.
Eating puss.
Is that true, Sloth? I don't know about that, dude.
I don't know. I don't know about none of that, Mr. X. Thank you, Snooks.
Love you, baby.
I love you too. On my show tonight, and first one right away. So I would do the after party. Hi to you. I want to nail it down. The more you live, the more you get more wise. And I'm gonna be there for you guys. Are being there for me today. I'm always gonna notice that. I'm always gonna be happy with that. Frame so I can see 2 Sloth, Stay Gay, Jim Terry. I used to go around the world. I used to be a carnival person. Gonna be gay. Is Gay Sloth here? Hey guys, how's everybody doing? This is Johnny. I'm Bug with me, and I just want to let you guys know, thank you for being on the show out of here. You know what? That she was touching her vagina for you.
Touching my vagina and my butthole at the same time.
And then she went.
That's filled with touch buttholes and glory holes.
I just caught on to you. I just trying to stay positive. That's all. You know what I mean?
This Bob, I'm touching my pecker and my butthole at the same time to you.
What the fuck is going on here? All right, listen.
I don't know. Hey, you know what? It's showtime. What do you think, Mr. X?
Jim's up here now. Okay.
Okay. Hey,
So
Jim.
the first
How are
one
you,
was
Jim?
an intro, and then the second one was like a recap, which was Betty Hayward is good at doing those because that takes some time. Now, here's my pitch to you. This is what I would do.
Okay.
I would make something. Now, those are all good, and those are all, we get to know a little bit about Gay Sloth. Okay. So you have that soundbite where you're like, hey, I'm Johnny Yarbrough, Gay Sloth, and I worked in a carnival. And then bang, you're at a fucking Midway. You're walking around. You're looking around. Maybe you push somebody down. Next thing you know, it cuts to you and you're talking to somebody and you're walking into a gay bathhouse. You have a couple quick cuts and bang, that's 30 seconds. We know what your channel's about. It's your personality. Or you at a concert, you fucking around with people. You punch somebody in the face. So like now we know what this is. So like,
yeah, I get a little different. I get a little different scenario. I think what happens is,
how would you pitch his opening?
So here's what I think. All of a sudden, there's just this wall, and the camera pans over to the wall, and there's a hole, and then you look in the hole, and you see Sloth's eyeball. The next thing you know, you see his dick coming at you, and it's a glory hole.
that's other than the dick part. That's actually not a bad idea.
The fucking glory hole and Sloth's there, and there's just a bunch. How about we go? There's how about this? There's a wall, and you're looking through the hole, and when the camera finally gets to the hole, and you see on the other side, you just see a guy's mouth wide open, and he's on his fucking knees, and it's like you're looking from Johnny Sloth Prick's point of view.
Right. Yeah. See, now we're collaborating. So here, you're looking through the glory hole, right? And you see, you're talking, you're at the Midway, you cut it into the glory hole, you're walking around, you're doing some carnival games. Now you're walking up, and right as you walk up, you unzip your pants and it says, Gay Sloth TV.
Yeah.
I got you walking up. And it's just like instead of you seeing any of your penis, it's just like your thing just smash, cut to the screen, and I'll do it again so Betty Hayward could do it because I almost lost my voice.
I got one. How about this?
There you go.
How about you're looking around and you see this cat, and the cat's walking around Sloth's bedroom, but we don't see Johnny. And then all of a sudden, Johnny's there, and he's totally nude, but you only see him from the back. You just see his butt, and the cat goes, and the cat walks into the room, and you just see Johnny Sloth sitting there. He spreads his butt cheeks, and there's a close up of his butthole. And it goes.
Goes like what?
His butt.
Does it go,
His butthole
go like this? Does it go like this?
No, it goes like this. The butthole is like a pair of lips that goes, "Gay Sloth, Tuesdays, 7." And then the cat goes, "Meow."
That's it. There you go.
How about this? You're in the bedroom and you're there and you're like, "Ladies and gentlemen, Tuesday, 7:00, Johnny Yarborough's Gay Sloth Hour." And you hear a knocking, like a scratching, and you don't say anything, and you go over there and you open up the fucking closet, and out rolls one of your roommates dressed as the Gimp.
So be honest with me. Did y'all like the intro?
I like the intro she did.
Can I see it again?
Which one? The first one or the second one?
First one.
Okay,
Do this before you bring it up. Take your phone number down so we can fully see it. You know what I mean? Because you get the Johnny Yarbough and the fire. I want to fully, see the whole thing because nobody's going to call you during your intro.
No problem.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
Now bring it up.
How
Okay,
about you
let me bring
sprinkle
it up.
some rat turds in the fucking Rice Krispies treats and you give them to neighborhood kids?
I'm eating Rice Krispie treats right now.
Are you really? All right, here you go. Here's the first one. This is the intro. You know what? Hey, you know what? It's showtime. It's showtime.
There you go. Okay.
Where'd you get that music from?
That's exactly what I said.
What did you get the music from? What is that?
That's my favorite band, Five Finger Death Punch.
Mr. X, is he going to get struck for that?
I mean, my suggestion, it's so short, maybe not.
Struck for playing it now?
Yeah, technically, yes. I mean, here's my suggestion with that. Number one, don't play it again. But when you do play it at the front of the show, okay?
Okay.
Because it's very easy to cut out the opening show if that ever happens. There's an edit function within YouTube, and you could just slide it over to the right and just cut out the first 30 seconds. So that's what
really,
a lot of these...
really good. But I mean, yeah, I mean, we didn't even play Jingle Bells on our show.
I know, and the other things, I always put in, like, I got to go back and do that with your show, Jim, when we have that kind of like ECW 90s song. I always put in that, guys. I think his name's McLeod. You got to give him credit. So, and that Bite Me song, which is by a group called Neffix, Neffex, is the rap song, is a public domain, like royalty-free song. That's why we use it. I feel it kind of fits the show, even though I probably wouldn't choose a hip-hop song like that, but it actually, I mean, it's been used since day one, so you'll see.
Yeah, I asked Betty Hayward, would it be okay? And she said because it goes in and out, it should be fine.
Probably. I mean, yeah.
That's why I'm not playing. That's why I'm not playing the other one, because the other one has the whole song playing through it almost.
Yeah, I think yeah, you got to be careful with that. But and when you go into the YouTube Creator Studio, there's also music you could choose. You just got to. There's a lot of shit in there. You just got to find something that kind of fits you or fits whatever. Basically, what is your? I mean, you don't have to say this now, but do you think this to yourself? What is your show about? I've asked that to many people. Like I've said like that to that Nicolina lady. Like, what the fuck is this show about? Like, what's happening here? Is it just being a bitch and being, drama community?
No, it's not drama.
No, not you, but her, for example. Yeah. Like, if somebody were to say, what is Jim Terry TV about? What is it like? And I would say, okay, I mean, I don't like to compare it to anything, but if you can mix sports, a little bit of true crime, and kind of a Howard Stern 90s attitude, that's in a very short, but you have the guy who's involved in whatever cases that you're interested in doing it, plus a lot of shenanigans. I mean, it's like everything. It's a circus.
Right.
I just got a phone call, guys. I got some fucking terrible news.
What happened now? Who died now?
I just got a call from this call was out of Maryland, and they said that Christopher Dix passed away yesterday.
Again?
Yes.
Hey.
He's dead. He died. Hold on.
What?
I'm on the phone with him now. Yeah. Okay. All right. Where will his body be laid out? Thursday? I mean, I can't be there, right? Yeah, I mean, I could show up. Do you guys have my Cash App?
Oh,
Guys, let me take this off the air. Christopher Dix just passed away yesterday. Let me deal with this call. I'll be right back.
yeah. Ask him if I can get those fucking ferrets. Okay, he's gone.
Right. Okay.
Wait, he's still here.
Yeah. No. Yeah, guys. Christopher Dix is gone.
What?
Yeah. Fuck.
What did he
All
die
right,
of?
I'll be back. What did he pass away from, ma'am?
Fucking mauled by a deer.
Okay. All right. Oh, this is bad. Hello?
Yeah.
Hey,
What
Nick.
happened?
Yeah, go ahead. Ruben, go ahead.
Hey, you mind taking me off air?
Why? Did something happen?
Just so I can say something to you real quick.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, so basically we're just having my show's about just coming over here, having fun, and so the chat room can just relax a little bit, you know what I mean, Mr. X, and good stuff like that.
But I understand that, like that's basically what it's about. But part of it is in an elevator pitch, like kind of what she did. You know what an elevator pitch is?
Yeah.
You get into an elevator, and by the time we get to the next floor, you tell me what your show is about. Now, I'll be you in the elevator pitch, just like you kind of were, like, a guy who worked in the circus, a guy who's done this, guy who, what else have you said? Gay Sloth, the Glory Hole, just all those things. A stick of butter champion. Like, we get to know a little bit about you. A 2-sentence thing. That would be your elevator.
I just got a very interesting phone call.
Yeah, what did he say?
I heard that Christopher Dix called Johnny Yarbrough and complained and made him take a video down. Is that true?
Yeah. I'm not going to lie to you. Yes, he did.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where that's why some of my hours have left. My thing is I told him I'll take it down because he said that it will be against him in court and shit like that.
What did you do? What did he do?
When I didn't do anything when Jim came on and said that Christopher Dix died, you know what I'm saying, or committed suicide. And I told him
obviously a spoof.
And when the beginning of the conversation started, I said, look, you need to stop apologizing so much. You just need to apologize one time and leave it alone. And that's why he came back again when on the show that next day. And that's when he came on and says, well, I'm sorry, Mr. X. I'm sorry, Johnny. And I'm sorry. And, Paul was my one of my roommates was here. He heard the whole conversation go down. And the other thing I told him, whatever you got going on between you and Jim, that's between you guys.
There's nothing going on.
You lose the hours?
I
No.
lost the hours. Yes.
You lost the video.
I was almost at 800 hours, Mr. X.
Did he strike you or something?
No, he said he wasn't going to strike me but he told me at first, he says, if I didn't take the video down, he was going to strike me. And then he called me back again because I hung up on him. Then he called me back again and said that he's not going to strike me if I didn't. And then
the only way you can't strike, it would be like a copyright infringement would be a quote unquote strike. I mean, he can contest it as misinformation. But here's the thing about this, you got to make it very clear that anybody who's kind of a character within these shows or comes on these shows, it's, you talk about fair use. You could use it whatever he wants. Now, I know he didn't come on that show in this way, but I wouldn't have done it.
Right. So my thing, and you know what? Because I didn't want him to hurt my channel. That's why
Why
I went
didn't
ahead.
you tell us about that?
I didn't. Well, I didn't have. I don't know why I didn't tell you, Jim. It's because I didn't want to start no problems.
What a fucking dick he is.
Yeah, because I was gonna
I
say,
didn't-
why are you so low in watch hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. Now I feel like an asshole because somebody called and told me that, and we said it here on the show, and then he comes after you. See, that's what I mean about him.
That's like a manipulation, exactly.
He goes after Sloth because he thinks Sloth is lower hanging fruit. Here's the deal. That's exactly like he did the other day about, well, I have your address, Jim Terry, and I didn't give it out to anybody. Like, I'm going to throw the – I know you don't. I'll tell you what. Here's what I could do to Dix. I'll tell you what, Dix. If you strike Sloth, I'll call your ex-wife and vouch for her in court. How about that?
Yeah,
and another thing. And another thing he said, he straight up told me in my ear that he was jealous of me. And I said, jealous of what? He said, first I didn't like you because I thought you were my competition with Jim Terry. I say, dude, I came on the show.
Fuck?
I came on the fucking show to eat butter, not to for a celebrity contest. I came on there to eat butter, and now you want to like tell me you're jealous of me? Well,
yeah, but you did more. I mean, you went to the college. You've done more than just eat butter. You've got your own monetized channel. Here's the problem with Chris. I'm pissed off at Chris Dix.
I'm not monetized yet, Jim. I'm only monetized through Cash.
Well, okay. Well, you have 1,000 viewers. You don't have the hours, but you were halfway there, and then he fucking does that. I wish you would have told us because we would have told you to tell him to go pound sand. See, that's what I mean about him, Mr. X. You see what I mean?
Yep. Well, and here's the other thing you could have done, Johnny, and this is what if you would have came to us. Hey, what if I put in the description of the video that was a spoof? You know, obviously you're not dead. Obviously you didn't commit suicide. We were doing a spoof on some of these people that are in this community. That way, if people come to this and say, oh, is he really dead or he committed suicide? Nobody would take that to a court and say, hey, listen, there's a guy out there in a fucking mask and a guy named Gay Sloth, and we're going to take this serious in court that you almost killed yourself. Sorry, you don't get your son. There's no way.
Straight. He can come on our show with no shirt on it, his bitch tits flapping, and fucking weasels eating his nuts, and he's not worried about that being a bad look. But we talk about him having passed away, and he's worried. Yeah, like the court system is there must be. I've never done a background check on Christopher Dix.
I've had people, Jim, tell me, oh, you know what I'm going to do? Like that fucking goofy woman just observing. I'm going to do a restraining order on you. And I said, listen, when you do, please record that because I want to hear the phone call. There's this guy. He's on YouTube. He's got a mask. He's always in violet. He calls himself Mr. X. He's got something on his face. And he said that he's going to do some kind of crazy stuff. Yeah, okay. The next go file a fucking restraining order on Freddy Krueger. I mean, that was obviously
this is interesting. And Christopher Dix, if you're listening right now, call the fucking show because I want to know about this. But everybody in the chat, Sloth, is saying you don't lose the hours.
I did lose the hours, Jim. I lost the hours. I can prove it to you. I can prove it that I lost the hours because I was at 650 and and then it dropped me way back down to almost like 400.
Yeah, if he deleted the video.
Because that show was almost 2.5 hours. I did.
I mean, what you should have done was put here's what I'll do, Chris. I mean, you don't even owe him a fucking phone call, and you shouldn't. My suggestion is don't take phone calls from people off air unless it's like really something to do with business. And when I talk about business, it's like they're gonna like they're working something that's gonna earn money. That, right. I mean, let's just be honest about it. Like that guy who wanted to do the football picks.
Yeah,
he wanted to hire.
You there, Chris Dix? Are you there?
This is bullshit. He wanted to.
Hold on, I got Chris Dix here, guys. We're on Johnny Sloth's show right now. Are you listening?
No, I'm not. What's up?
Can you talk?
Yeah, I'm here.
What happened? We just got a call from somebody that says you were bullying Gay Sloth about take his thing down, and he lost all kind of watch hours.
Not true at all. I asked Gay Sloth very kindly, and he'll say as well, to take down the episode where you said I killed myself, just so it can't be used against me in court with custody battle. That's it.
Yeah, but who's listening to Johnny? You think the attorneys are listening to Johnny
Anybody
Sloth?
can. It doesn't matter if they are or not. It can be used against me.
Well, what were you going to do if he didn't take it down? You were going to strike him?
Nothing. No, I told him I wouldn't do anything. You can
That's
ask
a lie.
him.
That's a lie. He said he'll strike me.
Wait, what, John?
Yeah, first you said you were going to strike me if I didn't take it down. Be honest with you. Be honest. Be honest, Chris. Chris, I'm that guy. Chris, listen to me. I'm that guy. I'm that fucking guy,
Yeah,
Chris.
you're
Okay?
right. And I literally
I'm
told you, I
that guy,
don't
bro.
know
You were
I
telling me
literally-
you're.
I don't know how to
Listen,
strike.
bro. Listen.
I'm not going for
I'm not going to
John.
be yelling at you because I
I'm not
can't.
here
Yell.
arguing with you. I'm not here for drama. You're making up shit. I literally said, I don't
I'm
know
not
how to
making up
strike.
nothing, bro. I'm not
I'm
making up
not
nothing. I'm not making up nothing, bro. Why would you call me and tell me to take it down because you're afraid they're going to use you in court, bro?
I didn't tell you to take it down. I asked
Yes, you did, Chris.
take it
I
down.
got a witness saying they heard you. I have a witness that says they heard you.
Conversation, bro.
Listen, I'm not no little. Listen, I might be gay, but I'm not a punk bitch, dude. I'm not a punk bitch, Chris. I'm not a punk bitch, Chris. I have a witness, Jim, that somebody heard him say that to take it down.
See, Johnny, always contact us. I mean, yeah, I don't want to see you get worked up, but dude, that's your content, that's your entertainment. You know what I mean? And I understand his plight, like he's got to say, but the fact of the matter is, when even if he did strike you, quote unquote strike you, you still have a rebuttal. You still can, like the jury is YouTube, and you could say, hey, we were doing it as a spoof, and a guest came on and said that it was an obvious spoof.
It wasn't a spoof. I got a call from a woman who told me that. That's the part that
was a spoof.
No, I got a call from somebody who told me that. I didn't know how real it was.
But it's okay for Doug to go on a show and call Jim a pedophile. That's okay, even though I have struck that. That didn't come down, Sloth. But his show, he's still got a thing where he's saying false information. In a legitimate way, he says that about Jim. He's saying it like it's real, not like it's a spoof, and it's not real, and that didn't come down. But a thing about, Christopher Dix called him the next day. So obviously he's not dead.
Hold on, I think I'm getting a text message. Yeah, I'm getting a text. All right, it's Chris Dix. Jim, you know I would never lie to you. He is a bad man and he does bad stuff. He told me he wanted me to send him a picture of my genitalia. What the fuck?
No, I didn't. I don't want to see nothing of his body.
Sloth wanted me to hold my penis head in one hand and show him a picture of my nuts. And then he wanted me to say, I'm nuts for you.
Yeah, right. I didn't ask for that.
Sloth has a bunch of people living with him who don't even speak English. How can they be good witnesses? He abuses his cat.
PZ is my witness.
Wow.
See, he's not going to strike you. You just put it back up. I think you're fine.
I deleted it, Jim.
Oh, fuck.
Never delete anything. Let's just say something crazy happens. At least put it on private.
Yeah, I deleted it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
Okay.
I'm going to send you my game jersey for doing.
No, it's okay. But listen, it's okay, guys. I will make up for the hours. I'll make it up. And you know, and I just don't want that guy bothering me never again. I never want him to call me never again. I don't even want him on my show no more because he's rude, he's a liar, and I don't have no reason to lie to you, Mr. X or Mr. Jim Terry. The only person I did tell Ruben about this, and I had an idea that Ruben called you, Jim, and was telling you. Yeah. And so me and Ruben are kind of close, you know what I mean? And he is a very good dude. And he's going to come over. He's coming down he's going to come over to Long Beach, and he's going to pick up 2 more speakers that he wants from me. And we're probably going to go do lunch or something.
At the bathhouse?
No, Jim, because
God, you guys need to get some footage of you guys on a fucking motorcycle together. Start your show that way. You guys, you have your shirt off with a stick of butter in your hand. You're going down the PCH or something. There you go. The Sloth, I'm sorry, not Sloth, but what's his name? Ruben Sanchez waves you off like, hey, have a good day. Like he's dropping you off at school as you go into a fucking gay bathhouse. I mean, all of a sudden you got an opening there.
Hey, did you, real quick, not to mention it, but Mr. X, did you see the video that came out with Dana White, the owner of the UFC?
No.
Him and his wife are in a club, and they're arguing like on a balcony, and she smacks him, and he smacks her back.
No, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he did a whole bunch of shit.
Hey, Mr. X, will you talk to the audience? I gotta use the restroom real quick.
Yeah, we'll talk.
Are you gonna take a piss or a shit?
Take a piss.
Bring it in there so we can hear you pee.
I can't do that.
Why? Wow, I can't believe that.
Because I sit down like a girl, Jim.
Ew. Here's the deal. Here's the deal. Fucking gay Sloth started scaring people when he started yelling. He goes, "I'm not the one. I'll cut you up and throw you in a river."
Yeah.
Is gay Sloth the one that might have the criminal record and broke out of prison?
He said something early on in the show, like he had something, and I'm like, I don't know. I had never heard anything. Yeah.
Chanel H wants to hear Sloth make a duty. Fucking Christopher.
Yeah, Snooks, you don't need to wash your hands. We've discussed this. When you got a penis and you're wearing like sweatpants, you could just flap it down, whiz everywhere. I mean, if you got a small Doug dick, yeah, you got to hold the little P to point it to the right way. But if you have any kind of distance or girth, it's pretty easy to hit the fucking toilet bowl. Then you flip it back up, maybe shake it out, and do the hokey pokey.
Hey, you know what? Guys? I was just kidding. I don't sit down like a girl.
Christopher Dix just texted me again. I was hoping you were going to ask him, Sloth. I was hoping you were going to ask him about how he said he was jealous of you.
I was going to, but he hung up too fast.
What did he say when he brought that up?
Oh, he said, okay, this is how it happened. When he called me, he says, I was jealous of you that's all he said. He said he was jealous of me. And I said, why? Because he says, first he said, I didn't, through the whole show, when I first came on there, he says, I don't like you. I never liked you at all until after I ate the butter contest or I went down to your college and did all this for you. I said, look, Chris, I did that because I did that out of the bottom of my heart. You know what I mean? And I want to share something with you, Jim. Get off the subject for a minute. Tonight I was live at tonight. Okay. And when somebody in the chat room, Stephanie Jim Jerry TV team player, she says, hey, Jim's on. Let's all go over there. And I said, okay, so I told everybody, let's just go ahead and go over there and watch your show. And we'll come back later on and do an after party and come over here again tonight. You know what I mean? And it worked. And I, like I said, Jim and Mr. X, out of the bottom of my heart, man, I would never lie to you guys. And I will always be honest with you. And I would do whatever you guys want me to do to a point. You know what I mean? And because of you guys, I got my channel up going. And I wasn't going to do this kind of StreamYard stuff. I was just going to do shorts all the time. And I said, you know what? For me to get monetized, I got to get these watch hours time or get 10 million views before 90 days are up. If I can get 10 million views before 90 days are up. Huh?
10 million or 10 million?
No, on shorts, they made it another. Now there's three things you got to do. You got to get money. You got to get your watch hour times. You got to get 1,000 subscribers, or you can get 10 million views in a 90-day period.
10 million?
10 million views. Yeah.
You read the zeros wrong. It's not 10,000.
No, it's 10 million.
Yeah, you need 10 million views for that. Like the watch hours and the subs are the only way to do it. I mean, unless you have something that just hits.
Oh, and Jim, Jim, I talked to a tattoo guy too, and he said he's going to get back with me, and because I told him I wanted to do a live show getting Mr. X on one side and Jim Terry TV.
Oh, you would do a Mr. X tattoo?
I'm gonna get both of them. I'm gonna do a Mr. X and a Jim Terry.
Will he let you film it? That's the problem we were having.
Yes, I think he will let me film it. That's why he said he got to get back with me.
Where are you going to get it, on the shoulder?
No, I'm going to do it on my chest plates. Right here on the right side by my heart, it's going to say Jim Terry TV by my heart, and Mr. X is going to be on the other side.
Yeah.
Would you do a Mr. X tat on your scrotum?
No.
On my what? No.
Scrotum.
No. I wouldn't. Hey, you know that one tattoo I got on my other side that looks like that you thought it was a bone, Mr. X? That's a scroll. What I'll do is I'll probably put something in there and do something write something in there real funny and say Jim Terry TV #1 fan.
Here's
blah,
what
blah,
I
blah,
want.
blah, blah. Huh?
I want here's what I want. I want a picture of Jim Terry TV. It's me, and I'm hanging on the cross.
Oh, you want Jim Terry TV? You a picture like you and hanging on the cross?
Right, yeah, like I'm Jesus himself.
Well, you act like Jesus.
I would rather you not get one of me and get one of fucking Michelle's face with her mouth open eating that pizza.
Are you going to pay for it?
Oh, God, yeah.
I'll do that for you.
If you got that and then around it, I wanted it to say, stay black. Let me ask you this. Here's what I want. I want a tattoo, and I would pay for this, of me, and Michelle's in front of me, like on the ground, like on all fours, like maybe about 10 feet away from me, like with her back to me. And I'm cracking a whip over her head.
Oh, my God.
That's mean, Jim.
Yeah.
That's mean. That's terrible.
How about one where me and Mr. X are riding Michelle like a donkey?
No. That's Michelle. We can't be rude to Michelle.
How about me and Mr. X and Michelle, and we're all picking cotton?
No, Jim. No, don't be mean.
Oh.
Don't be mean. Be nice.
How about Danielle got mad at me tonight when I told her to send me? She should have gave a picture of her boobs to her son. She got all mad.
Oh, she did?
I think so. She's in the chat. She got all butthurt about it.
I got a phone call coming in. Hold on. Ruben.
Christopher Dix.
Ruben, go ahead. You're live.
Yeah, I'm watching your show, and I think you should kick that JT guy off the show. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
Did you hear what he said?
I thought that was.
Yeah.
I thought that was Christopher Dix.
No, that was Ruben. Like I said, Jim, I would never accept another call from Christopher Dix again.
Well, I mean, that's up to you. You could do what you want. I just wish you would have told us about it because we could have advised you. Snooks, Michelle is she's at home. We're not going to. I mean, she was on for a week straight. I mean, she was on every day for like a week and a half. And we rotate people. We're not going to bring her on all the time. She'll pop up again when she's needed, probably when her light bills due.
Oh, Mr. X and Jim, I thought about it, okay? I thought about it, Mr. X. I'm going to go check. Next month, I go see my doctor again. I'm going to have him check out my body. I'm going to have him check out my cholesterol and everything. What I want to do is I want to come on Jim's show. I want to see if I can eat 2 sticks. I want to eat 2 sticks of butter underneath a minute. I want to try to eat 2 sticks of butter underneath a minute and a half.
Here's the thing with that. I mean, I think you could do that easy. The problem is, man, that could really make you sick. I don't think. Here's what I think. Here's some of the things I need done. You let me know if you know somebody could.
Yeah, here are some tasks.
I would like to send somebody about 10 pictures, and then I would want to staple them to their body, like a Christmas.
Like wrestling.
Yeah, staple.
Staple them.
Staple. Yes.
That's like that freaky shit, man.
Staple pictures of me all over your body.
Okay, and what does the person get out of it?
Oh, I think we could open up the Cash App. If we can get Stiffy $250 to shave her head, if you stapled with a staple gun pictures of me all over your body, I think, oh my God. Are you talking about it like just a regular teacher staples? Are you talking about a real staple gun that shoots out like you gotta like almost press with 2 hands, clock, like it's like a like a gun? Yeah,
the
somewhere
the real thick staples.
Yeah, not real thick, but not like a little school one either that a first grade teacher would use. The other thing is you lay down and you have your roommate give you 10 lashes with a belt.
Ouch.
With
What is
no
that?
shirt
What would that give?
I think we could raise. See, if I give you money, you make more if we raise it. You know what I mean, right, Mr. X? Like Stiffy.
Because one kind of thing or whatever is just like, hey, do this. But if you are raising money, like Stiffy raised money by doing that, of course, the more they like you and the more they know you, probably the more that you'll be able to raise. Here's the one that I'm looking for, and not necessarily you. This is somebody, Sloth, who's been bad. You haven't been bad. You haven't done anything. But like this one would be one for Diva Puss, for example.
No, Chanel. Hold on, Mr. X.
Go ahead,
Jim. No, Chanel, don't do that. Don't leave.
What's she saying?
She said, I'm making an announcement. My announcement channel is no announcement. Chanel will be no longer on Jim Terry Show. It was nice chatting with everyone. Officially a true hater, Jim. Chill.
Why am I a hater? What did I do?
I don't know.
It's about Christopher Dix.
I don't know. That's all she said. Chanel, if you want to give us a call, go ahead and give us a call, please.
Yeah,
we don't want you.
We
don't want you. You can also call Jim's show number 2 if you want to, Chanel, so we can see what's going on. What's wrong? Okay, please don't leave, Chanel. We all love you.
Now listen. Here's my idea. Now this is for somebody who's bad. Let's get back to this. If she calls in, then I'll stop. Telling my idea. Somebody takes their shirt off. Okay, if they're a female, they can have a sports bra on, whatever. And we get one of those light tubes that you see, and somebody comes up behind them and whacks them on the back as hard as they can until it busts. One shot, one busting of a light tube. I'd like to see that.
Yeah.
I've seen it in pro wrestling. They do it in wrestling all the time. Well, not all the time, but like indie wrestling. You know what I mean? A light tube. Now, I'm not asking for you to do that, Sloth, because I don't want to. That's not for you. This would be more like for a Christopher Dix.
It says Chanel is joking.
Good. She's back. We don't want her to go anywhere.
No, we don't. Brilliant, Chanel. LOL. She is clowning on Jim. LOL.
Good.
Okay, good. Because
you ever seen these pro wrestling backyard wrestling things, Sloth, where like they got a bunch of guys and they're like beating each other with fucking light tubes?
No, I've never seen that. You know what?
I'm into that.
You know why I like, why I used to like, I'm going to be honest with you. The reason why I started watching wrestling is because I always had a crush on the guys that were wearing that. I thought it was so hot when they were wearing their tights and they had long hair for some odd reason.
Wait, what? What happened? I missed that. What did he say?
For some reason, I forgot you were gay. For some reason, I thought you were going to say, yeah, I was into the divas and this and that. I like, Sunny or Trish Stratus, and then you just like I was like, oh yeah, what female wrestler are you into? And you just went the opposite way, and I'm like, oh.
Real quick, we've got an update in the football game tonight. Darman Hamlin went into cardiac arrest on the field, according to an update provided by the Bills. DeMar's heartbeat was restored when he left the field and got in the ambulance. He's in a level 1 trauma and critical condition. So it was a heart attack and not a broken neck. So he had a heart attack. I saw a thing of a doctor after we went off the show who basically said it's very odd, but if you get hit with enough force in the chest during a certain part of your heartbeat, it like tries to reset your heartbeat, and that's what causes it, which is probably what happened with him. So he probably did not break his neck.
So he didn't break his neck then?
No, it does not look like it. Cardiac arrest would mean basically he had a heart attack.
Oh, wow.
24?
Well, it's the trauma to your chest. It'd be like getting hit in the chest with a sledgehammer. You could go, your heart can, like it's like like the paddles to shock your heart. The force to his chest in that tackle was so hard, and it happened at such a precise second at the heartbeat that it put him in a cardiac arrest.
Wow.
Oh wow. Hey, we have 50 in the chat room, Mr. X, and we've been on now for an hour and 30 minutes now.
There you go. Good.
Yeah, there we go. And I just want to say now I know, Jim, and I'll be honest with you, Jim, I was after the conversation was over, I was thinking about calling you, but you said do not call don't call, and I didn't have Mr. X's number. And you guys says don't call me unless it's something very important.
You could call me whenever you want, but and I don't care if it's on the show or not. But it would have been great if you called the show with that too, because I had heard nothing about this.
Yeah, but I didn't want to put no more on your plate that I thought it was my, I thought I could handle it, but
here's what you do. This is what I would suggest. A quick email. Do you have the email? Do you have the main email?
Yeah, Jim Terry.
Yeah, don't say it. Okay, because I don't want. I mean, most of the people here are 95% of the people here are cool or they know it. But hey, this would be your email. Hey, Jim or X, I got this call from Chris Dix. He wants me to delete this. I don't know what I should do. I'd like to talk to you about it. We probably say, come on the show, but just like a sentence or two. Because I got the email, like Robbie was doing like paragraphs before, and maybe it wasn't Robbie, but somebody sent me something like, I think I have Salty Pancake's father's information. Contact me if you want more. Like that's that.
Where's Just Mike?
Then we could determine if we want something with that or something, or it's just different for you because we might be able to help you with that.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Thank you, Mr. X.
That's the way to do it. But my phone, I'm just going to turn it off.
Right. And one more thing, Jim, I was thinking, how Stiffy's boyfriend wants to challenge me in the butter contest. This is just some clarity because I'm the champ. You know what I mean? All he needs to do is how does he qualify to go against me? How does he qualify? Does he got to do just like Mike or what?
He's not at this point. He's going to have to do some staples, I think.
Yeah. Or let Stiffy whip him with the belt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, Chanel's still in the chat room, guys.
Yeah, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah, she had me worried there for a minute. You know what I mean?
I wasn't. She's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So, anybody else got anything else to say?
No, I'm pretty good. So you need. How do the watch hours work? It's for every person is equals to 1 hour or something.
Depends on how long they watch.
Like if go ahead, Mr. X.
I was just going to say, like, say there's 50 people here. All right. And they watch all for an hour. Well, then now you have 50 watch hours. But you need 4,000. So now if people come back and not all people watch 100% of the show. So they might come in for, I said that the ratio is usually 1/3. Like, Jim, you're the rare ratio where the haters watch you longer than the subscribers do.
Right.
It's the opposite. It's like the Howard Stern thing. But what I'm seeing is typically it's like 35, like for the Jim Terry TV2, the Mr. X stuff, like that's an hour-long show. But it's a strict lead into Jim's show. And what I'm seeing is 30 minutes on average that they watch of an hour show. And then the non-subscribers, which I call haters, like, why not just subscribe? It doesn't cost anything, but they're tuning in for like 25 minutes. So at that rate, doing just an hour pre-show, that's why I had to do more because it was never going to happen.
Okay.
And everybody in the chat, I really appreciate you guys coming over tonight. Joseph Lloyd, you did a hell of a job tonight. Thank you. Are you going to call in at any given time? King Solomon, thank you.
Are any of these people sending cash apps? Sloth, do you ever get cash apps?
Yeah, I get King Samoan helps me out a little bit. Chanel helps me out. Mr. Tennessee Gambler helps me out. Boogie another person named Boogie. He helps me out. And pretty much, yeah. And if everybody likes my channel, please hit the like button because it goes in the algorithm. So yeah, I get paid. I get $5 here, and I'm more happy with that too. And I'm happy that people gives me Cash App, and I'm just so, I'm fortunate enough to at least help out you guys a little bit too, Mr. X and Jim Terry. Like I said, you guys are my You guys are my good friends, Jim, and I appreciate that.
Well, you could just go ahead and say it and say heroes too.
You're my hero. You are. You're my heroes guy, and when I first heard Jim, how'd
you find me?
I saw you on Doug's channel. No Dick Doug. But not only that, my friend PZ, he's the one that turned me on to you. And when
how did that conversation go? PZ comes up to you and says, "Hey, watch this guy."
He was watching. He was watching Jim the night that when Jim's announced when he first had Michelle on. The very first show that Jim did by himself is when he had Michelle on his channel, and she looked really good. She didn't have the fro like she has now. She was clean cut, and I heard him say, "Hey, I'm looking for somebody that wants to do the butter challenge." And I said, "That will be me. I'll do it." And I called in, and your picture at the time, Mr. X, wasn't what you have now. It was like you had Michael Hayes on there.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, pro wrestler. You had Michael Hayes for your avatar. That's how good I remember shit. Okay. And let me tell you, Jim, yep, there it is. Michael Hayes. There it is. That sexy motherfucker. Woo.
With that, Jim's gone.
He's gone. But anyway, I that's where I met Jim, and I really do appreciate all you guys, what you've done for me, Mr. X and Jim, Terry. You know, you guys are good, and
no problem. Yeah, I ended up. That's another thing too to have. I mean, if you're able to do it, and you have the cameras or whatever. I like to do promotional shots like that. You know, that would fit perfect in an avatar or any situation. You know, I have the equipment to be able to do it, but you have a lot of lighting and you're getting that camera. So it's just something to think about. I mean, these are not things you do all at one time. You just slowly build it. You know, I didn't even do all this at one time. It's just over 5 months.
You know what my problem is, Mr. X? You know what my problem is?
What's that?
I'll be honest with you. I'm kind of when I come on live, you ever heard of stage fright?
Yes. Of course.
That's what I have. I have a lot of stage fright. I stutter my words. I mumble my words, and I you know what? And I'm just kind of nervous of what people will think of me and stuff like that.
Here's what you need to look at it like this. Just look at it like you're talking to me on the phone. That's it. Nobody else is listening. Obviously you could glance over the chat when you feel more comfortable. I mean, because you want to see what the chat's saying, and sometimes they're good. Now, it's really easy for me to say that because you're not seeing me. You're not, even when I'm on camera, you're not seeing my face. So I have to worry about what I look like. That's why, part of it is I designed it that way too, but kind of everybody knows what I look like, but whatever. I mean, so the idea is you can kind of get rid of that with lighting. You could get rid of some of that stuff, but it's just like you're talking to somebody else on the phone. That's it.
Yeah. And
if it's going too fast, slow down. There's a lot of things you could do like that where, then you jump over and then, Ruben Sanchez, like, tell him, Mr. X, and then you jump back. But don't forget, when whoever you're talking to up here are, what you have in front of you. You don't have to listen to anybody in the chat. You don't have to listen to even me if you don't want to. But don't let them rile you up. See, that's what somebody like a Nicolina or them do, is they go in there and they shit stir, and then they try to catch my attention and to knock you off base on your show. So sometimes the best thing to do is just to fucking get rid of somebody.
Right.
So right now, Mr. X, please print that picture up. I'll buy a dozen. Who? Michael P.S. Hayes? It's not my picture.
And Daniela and Daniela.
You mean this one? I have a feeling you're going to see a picture tomorrow that's much better. Right?
Yeah.
That's right. I hope so. You never know.
I got a shout out. I got to tell real quick, Mr. X.
Go ahead.
Cash app from Daniela, $10. Thank you. And I got a number coming in. I got a number coming in from Utah.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. Hello, you're on live.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, X.
Who is this?
This is Equalizer.
Equalizer. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. You know what I'm going to do tonight?
What's that?
Before I go to bed, I'm going to go in and I turn the volume down on my computer. I turn it up on the browser. And I'm going to hit play all on all your videos.
There you go.
There you go. Thank you, Equalizer.
And everybody else should do that too.
Thank you very much.
Equalizer, is this the first time I've ever talked to you? Have we spoke before?
I've been on Jim's, but I don't think I've actually talked directly to you.
No, and I know you've sent in cash apps, and I do appreciate that, so I appreciate you coming in. Utah, where, you're close to the Dillon Rounds area. You Salt Lake?
I'm Salt Lake-ish, yeah, that
Yeah,
area.
you don't have to, don't say directly where, because next thing you know, you have fucking salty pancakes showing up at your house trying to mow your lawn. But,
I'm not worried about that.
all right, good. Well, nice to talk to you. Definitely, I appreciate you, and I certainly know who you are. You got that black cat with a knife, so yes.
And the chat room is telling me to tell you thank you. Good advice. Great advice.
Yes. So thank you for doing that for Sloth. It's very nice of you.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Equalizer.
All right, sir. Take care.
You too, sir. Bye-bye. There you go. That was a perfect call.
Good dude. Comes in strong, and then he's always been very kind to everybody. So
yes, sir. No YouTube in the background, and Mr. X earlier when I was on too, and I played that intro, and I was looking if I got a strike. I didn't have no strikes because I played it before too.
Okay. Well,
Cowboys,
then you're good.
no bet. She did really good. She was playing the song, and then she when the video was playing that we started talking. I started talking, or you started talking. I just want to tell MJ and Joseph Lloyd, you guys are doing a hell of a job keeping doing a really good job modding for me tonight. Melissa said she had to go to bed because she has to get up at 5 a.m. Mr.
Okay.
X. That's why she wasn't over here. And Ruben Sanchez, thank you so much again, man. Anytime you want to call me, anytime you want to text me, anytime you want to come up on my show, you're more than welcome to. Very, 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 very much. Thank you so much.
I think I'm going to peace out of here.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, I'm going to take off because I'm going to go watch the rest of this movie. I got to finish up. Got to set a few things up. I want to shoot one more little thing. I mean, the intro's done, but I have something else I kind of want to do for tomorrow. But and then I also have to set up a few things with. I like to set things up. I mean, everything's already set, but there's always things I like to kind of add to the shows beforehand, even if we don't use them, like some pictures or some things like that, because that's always nice to go to with those overlays. Like you could have one picture, you throw up the overlay to something, and it could be in a lot of things. It could be a lot of time that you talk about things, or it could be in a lot of different situations. So sometimes I'd like to put those up as something to discuss, even if we don't get to it.
Right. And Mr. X, also, the chat room is saying, Nancy was saying, no, Mr. X, and I guess she's saying don't leave. I was going to only stay on here about another 10 minutes. You want to stay with me or you want to go?
No, I mean, if you wrap it up in 10 minutes, I mean, I'll hang out with you a bit, but I do want to take off here sooner than later. I don't want to, it always happens to me. I'll say 10 more minutes, and the next thing I know, I'm on it for another fucking hour. And I'm like,
Right.
Oh, yeah, let's stick on. I'll stay on with you for another 10 minutes. Sure.
Okay, no problem. You can end the show with me, okay?
Sounds good.
Oh, yeah. And so, like, tomorrow I have a very important thing I'm going to, and I'm going to check into because I know you guys want to see the gay bathhouse thing. I'm gonna check into that. I'm gonna check into that and see what I can do.
Yes, you need to, because that's gonna I don't want to say excite Jim, but energize Jim in a situation where he's gonna want to promote it. The more he promotes it, the better for you. The more he's excited about it, the more people that probably come over. I'll be excited about it. More people want to join in. Nobody wants to be like, I'm not nobody, but a lot of people are like Ruben Sanchez says he's secure in his sexuality. A lot of people who don't care. It doesn't offend women. And it's like, I mean, what else can they say about me? I mean, I'm somebody says that I'm gay. I don't think that's, I'm not gay, but let's just say that they say that. Even if I was, that's not a bad thing. Something I've told Doug over and over again. That's not, it's not a cut down these days. You know what I mean?
Right. And
So,
MJ,
but if it's something that's interesting and entertaining, that's fine. But if it's something that's not true, saying Mr. X is gay or whatever, I mean, then that's not entertaining. That's just talking shit. But there you go.
right. And and if I do this, they're not going to allow me to go in there and do no foul stuff. I won't do no foul stuff because you can't do foul stuff because we'll be on YouTube. You know what I mean?
Look at it like this. Take it like this is how I would do it. And I've never been in one of these places, obviously, but imagine if you were showing somebody around a weight room. Like, okay, this section, like how they pitch you when you go into a gym. This is where you have your cardio machines. You could do all your cardio. We have the bikes. We have the, ellipticals. We got the Stairmaster. Okay, over here is where you have your glory hole. Okay, next room. This is where we have our gymnastics or swimming pool.
Or this is where you have the swing there, or this is where you have the swing.
Yeah, the swing is in this. And, you don't need to get into it too much or, show anything that's too graphic. But, yeah, I mean, people would like to see that. Now, obviously, nobody's going to be engaged in any of that, but take them like you're taking a tour on somebody's house or a gym or something like that, or a tour of anything. I think that's the way to go.
Yeah, I'm thinking I'm going to do that. I want to tell this to Miss MJ and Joseph Lloyd. Even though you guys were filling in tonight, I'm not going to take your guys' wrench because you guys did a hell of a job tonight, and I just want to let y'all know. Thank you. I'm not going to take you guys' wrench because I do need a couple more people just in case one person does drop off or leaves or don't come back. I need at least 3, right, Mr. X?
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to have because you can't demand people be there all the time like Jim does. But sometimes people get busy, and I mean, when you're paying them, you want them to be there more often than not. But if they can't do it, that's great. But if they're doing their job, they can at least put up the Mr. X Cash App every once in a while. What the fuck is this?
Right.
Melissa's really good at that.
What's that?
And she it's like she's just a regular mod that does it all the time. She's just like Miss T on that stuff. But yeah, anyway, so you kind of look at this tour. That's how you pitch it to them. You just say, listen, I got a channel. It's largely women. It's mostly women. And after all these, shows and all that, and people talk about, people want to see this, but we don't want to. Mr. X TV is the Cash App. Thank you, Sea Orc, for trying. But but they want to see what this is. It's not. We're not making fun of it. We're not making fun of gay people. It's not. It could be funny because you're being funny, but we're not making fun of being gay.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's the idea of it.
Like Joseph Lloyd said, me, him, and a couple other people that are gay, we're always over here in the chat room with you guys, and we do support. We do the gay community. I believe the LGBTQ supports Jim in a big way.
They do way more than I ever thought they would.
Yeah, and he never says anything bad about us. He's never said anything, nothing.
Well, he says bad things about everybody, so it's just even.
Yeah. So do you think we did a good job tonight? You think we did a good job tonight, Mr. X?
Yeah, I mean, you got the new intro, you got the recap video, people get to learn a little bit about you. You came over to Jim Terry's thing after that craziness happened on that NFL game, and then you're getting close to another 2 hours. We've learned about that Christopher Dix thing.
Yeah, I just don't want no bad blood between me and Jim or you.
No, I mean, no, there's not any bad. It's just, I'm going to always be on the side of the content creator, not the thief of a content creator and the audience of that said creator. Like, people who would steal Metallica's songs are not fans of Metallica. Right. They like Metallica, but they're stealing from them. Now, I can understand if you've bought the album, the tape, the vinyl, the fucking CD, and this and that. And you're like, oh, I got to pay one more time to download it. I can understand it. I get it. But there's people that are blatantly either trying to hurt it or they're just like, we have people who I've been here since day one on Jim Terry TV, but if you guys go one more VIP, I'm out of here. Well, then I can't please you. You know what I mean? There's nothing I could do to help because that's what Jim's show sometimes is, to be able to survive and to go forward. So, I mean, the contributors, which are pretty much always the VIP plus members for Jim, and the people who are contributing to the show, as in monetarily, but putting out some kind of content or creating something, or at least being a producer behind the scenes like Miss T. That's when it makes sense. A guy trying to take that away from you, that pisses people like me and Jim off. Because I spent time on the show, or you spent time on the show, and now that's deleted.
Right.
Like, here's a perfect example.
That really upsets me. That really upset me too because I think, and if I do believe you guys were on that show,
Well, Jim's the one who did the joke. Here's a perfect example at the New Year's Eve show with the fireworks that we did on Jim's show. At the beginning of the show, Betty Hayward had a recap of that fucking disgusting troll woman from Salty Pancakes thing. So she sent over a strike on it. And I sent to Jim, I said, I can go back and fight this and we can try to fight it off. And it's, public record and Freedom of Information Act and all that kind of stuff and get it. Or you know what? It's on Betty Hayward's channel. And in lieu of like all that extra content that you and I did and even the potential of it getting struck, why not just trim out that like first 2 minutes? If it was in the middle of the show, that'd be different, but it'd be easy just to trim that out. And I was like, it's going to be way less time than even me punching out an email. And Jim's like, yeah, just trim it out. Because we've already spoke about it. Everybody already knows.
Well, believe it or not, I don't know how to edit that. And that's what I try to tell him. I was like, dude, I don't know how to edit. Since you want me to take it down, I'll just take the video down. And he was like, after I told him that when he was telling me that he wanted me to take the video down, then he was like, no. I don't want you to take it down. I don't want you to take it down. Because he knew that you guys were eventually going to hear about this anyway. Yeah,
you should have just privatized it and then figured it out from there. Never delete any footage. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
Always keep it at least handy. We've had that happen where people have tried to delete things, but I got everything backed up. Yeah. So,
well, it's just sad that I did it because I wanted to have no problems,
Yeah, and I understand that. I mean, sometimes that's just err on the side of caution, but it's your show. I mean, because then now everybody, if you took down something every time everybody complained something, nobody, I mean, look at Howard Stern. He would have never had a show. Look at anybody who's ever been controversial or funny. You can't, I heard that one time, Carrot Top talking about that. He said he was doing his act, doing the prop comic stuff, and people are like, this is fucking stupid. And George Carlin was backstage, and he's like, listen, the audience that's here for you and they like you, cater to them, grow those kind of people that enjoy what you're doing. And if they have a good time and you're having a good time, that's great. But don't cater to that one fucking asshole. Don't change your act for them, for that one asshole. And in that case, he's kind of being an asshole.
It was a lesson learned.
Right. I mean, I don't see any. Here's how I would have been him if I was on. And maybe it's something he doesn't want to deal with and it's easier. Or maybe he's just seeing if he could get to you, to talk to you, to get you to move, to do things for him by deleting it. Or maybe, but I don't see in any court proceeding where somebody would say, hey, listen, there's this goofy YouTube show out there. They talk a lot of shit. And they said I was dead. I committed suicide. Well, obviously I'm not dead. So why would anybody fucking take that seriously?
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not going to give you you're not going to get custody of your son because a YouTube show said that you committed suicide and you're standing right here.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Yeah. And when I heard him say that, it was like, dude, the judges and lawyers do not go and watch. He says, well, what if one of the judge or the prosecutor or the lawyers are on her side, they're in your chat. Well, I said, well, I can't control that.
Yeah, you can't.
I can't control who watches YouTube. How am I going to control who watches YouTube?
And you know what the best thing for him to do would be? Don't come on to YouTube. I mean, he should have never came on there. He should have never super chatted. There's people who watch it and I've never spoke to them and they contribute one way or another. and they're not involved in it. They're not putting their shit in there because they know the minute they send me an email that involves this show, and sometimes they say, hey, you can mention this, but just don't say my name. Okay, cool. But if they say something like that, those Stony emails, when I went to Desiree Parker and I was like, I got to mention this to Jim. Like I would, it was not even fair if I don't, and she understood. And we had to talk about it because it could have been your show. It could have been somebody else's show she did that to next. And then she ends up shacking up with Salty Pancakes. We know what her thing is. She ended up turning on her own sister-in-law or pseudo sister-in-law. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we did it. And she didn't rip. She only got that lady for $50. It wasn't a lot more.
Right. Hey, what is outro, Mr. X? An outro, real quick. We got 5 more minutes, and we're gonna end it up. Okay.
Okay.
You got 5 more minutes. You got 5 more minutes.
Sure.
I know you're tired. I know you got some things you got to do. Plus, I got to get ready for tomorrow's show too. I'm coming on at 5. I'm coming on at 5 o'clock tomorrow, and I'm going to go up till 6:05. I'll probably end it at 5:55 because I know you're going to come on at 6:05.
Yeah,
and stuff like that. And so, I just want to say, Twin Mama, good night. Thank you for joining the show. Sophie, thank you. Joseph Lloyd, MJ, the Seagore, Toe Jim. Oh, Toe Jim finally made it.
I think he was in here earlier tonight. Oops, I hit the mic.
Was he? Oh, that was your mic. Yep. Hey, Mr. X, I just want to know what an outro is real quick. So an outro is what?
And God, hold on one second. An outro is like a video that would be like leading out of the show. Like you have an intro of the show, like "Welcome to Johnny Sloth TV," and then they'll be like, "Thank you for watching. Have a great night, John." I don't think you really need that.
Right. Okay.
We don't have that. We just kind of end the show.
You just end the show like what it is. It is what it is, right? When you end the show.
That's right.
Okay, Mr. X, I guess we're pretty much done here tonight. I just want to say, like I said again, thanks for coming on the show tonight. There will not be an after show on my behalf because I'm coming on at 5 o'clock.
Yeah, this is the after show.
Then you follow. No, I'm talking about for tomorrow.
Oh, for tomorrow.
And it's just going to be a pre-show with a pre-show. I'm going in. I'm coming on for Mr. X and Jim Terry, and then Mr. X is going to come on for Jim Terry, and then there's going to be the VIP plus after that. So my show will not come on.
Thank you to everybody who, sent in a Cash App tonight. Yeah. Even if they did it real recently, thank you. They know who they are. So everybody, thank you for doing that. And then I'll just see you guys tomorrow night. I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming on here, Mr. X. You tell Jim Terry, if you talk to him, that I really do dig both of y'all.
I think he knows it, dude, and I appreciate it. You could sometimes actions. Well, I know not more than sometimes. Actions always speak louder than words. So keep making your content, dude. We'll try to help you as much as humanly possible, and never delete any content because that's your stuff that you created. And who knows? I mean, maybe one day, 100 years from now, people are going back and watching this stuff like I do Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
You never know. Crazier stuff's happened. All right, dude.
All right. Later, brother.
All right.
All right, guys. I just want to say thank you again for coming on here. And you guys are the best. I'm sorry it's time for me to go. And because I'm kind of a little bit over, I'm a little bit tired. And you guys are awesome. And like I said, if you guys cash at me, good. If you don't, even it's all good, babies. Because you know what? Johnny Yarbrough loves every single one of you guys. And thank you. And thank you again for coming in and watching my show. Until next time, good night. This is Johnny Yarbrough, Gay Sloth. I'm out of here.